There's another attempt in Washington, D.C. to adopt more gun control. Bill Tucker has our report.
If you live in certain predominantly black or Hispanic neighborhoods on Chicago's South Side, your right to bear arms could be in jeopardy. The Automatic Weapons Safe Zone Act of 2009, the Illinois legislature, would make certain types of guns illegal in those neighborhoods and only those neighborhoods. They are mainly inner-city areas with high crime rates. The bill would impose a ban on semi-automatic guns, assault weapons. Defenders of the Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms are outraged.
It discriminates against black people, against Hispanic people, and none of them are criminals. They're all citizens like everyone else is. So I don't know why a representative like Mr. Thipetti would introduce such a bill.
The sponsor of the bill is Chicago Democrat State Representative Andre Thipetti. He declined our request for an interview. Gun control is also on the agenda in Washington, D.C. The Supreme Court ruled last year that the district's 30-year ban on handguns violated Second Amendment rights. The mayor of D.C. predicted the ruling would result in more handgun violence, and the district adopted a new restrictive gun law which allows only guns on a roster to be registered. All others are banned. A court challenge has already been filed by the Second Amendment Foundation, which argues gun control keeps guns only out of the hands of law-abiding citizens.
Gun control in general is misguided, and for one key reason. It's based on the fact that the only people who obey those laws are law-abiding citizens, and because of that, it can't ever work.
Gun rights groups promise that if the gun control bill is passed in Illinois, it too will be challenged. They say the bill is worded so that if any part of it is found unconstitutional, the zip codes could be dropped. And they say Illinois could then find itself with a de facto statewide assault weapon ban, Lou.
Oh, they're being very cute in Illinois as well, then.
Exactly.
All right, Bill. Thank you very much. Bill Tucker. Well, New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg fighting gun rights in Virginia. Bloomberg personally financing an ad for the Virginia governor's race, the ad criticizing that state's former attorney general, the Republicans' presumptive nominee, and a supporter of gun rights. The ad ties the Virginia Tech massacre with a so-called loophole in the law that allows guns to be sold without background checks at gun shows. But the weapons used at Virginia Tech were not bought at a gun show. No one seems to want to take too much note of that fact. In fact, a 2006 FBI study of attacks on police officers, for example, found that none of the weapons used in those attacks were purchased at gun shows. And an earlier Justice Department study finds that fewer than 1% of inmates serving time in state prisons obtained their guns at a gun show. Bloomberg has backed two anti-gun candidates in the past 2 years. Both candidates lost their election bids. We'd like to know what you think about all of this. Our poll question tonight, do you believe Mayor Bloomberg of New York should spend more time fixing his city's potholes than threatening the Second Amendment rights of Americans? Or possibly interfering in other states' elections? Cast your vote at LouDobbs.com. We'll have the results for you here later in the broadcast. 3% of you say Mayor Bloomberg of New York should spend more time fixing his city's potholes than threatening the Second Amendment rights of Americans or interfering in elections outside of New York City.